Conflicting reports out of Los Angeles by two very plugged-in reporters even's got FERRO confused. Let's start off with Chris Haynes from Yahoo's reporting that the Los Angeles Lakers Big Three recently got together, LeBron, Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook, for a phone conversation in Las Vegas, with each expressing their commitment to one another and vowing to make it work. Haynes also noted that Russ never requested a trade from the Lakers. Dave McMenamin, a guy that's pretty much followed LeBron James around the last decade and some change of his career, he was recently on a podcast with Zach Lowe, so this was just kind of him communicating versus him reporting, but he did say out of his mouth, it's pretty darn clear that LeBron has seen enough and has no interest going into another year with Russ as his teammate. I'm pretty confident that Dave understands how powerful his voice is. Keep in mind, LeBron is entering the last year of his deal. McMenamin also spoke on that. He said that's something, in my opinion, should be leveraged on the LeBron clutch side to say, let's get this figured out. I'll commit to you guys for a 1+1 deal or something like that. Let's clean up the end of this ride we've had together. Let me help you by helping me. I need another running mate that will work with me. So who do you believe? I do know this. Russ is entering the last year of his current deal. He's going to make $47 million, and he will be an unrestricted free agent summer 2023. I don't believe there'll be $40-something million for Russell Westbrook on the table next year. I'm not even 100% sure if there will be a position for Brody next season anywhere in the National Basketball Association, despite him well on his way to being the first ballot Hall of Famer. Who do you believe? Chris Haynes? Dave McMenamin? Theoretically, both of these gentlemen in some kind of way could be right. If you look at it from this standpoint, what if LeBron is playing both sides of the fence? If he's communicating with Russ, letting it be known that, hey, man, I want you back, just in case the Lakers are not able to figure a deal out, to work out a deal with the Indiana Pacers that has no legs to it right now, by the way, or to work out a deal with the Brooklyn Nets for Kyrie Irving, which as of right now has no legs to it because the Nets have not been able to figure out the Kevin Durant trade. My assumption is if Durant doesn't get traded, Kyrie likely stays in Brooklyn next season as well. LeBron could very well be kind of massaging the ego of Russ to let him know, yo, things are real. We need you to kind of change the way you play, but you'll be here in LA with me and AD next year. And LeBron could, on the side, be communicating with guys like Dave McMenamin, who, by the way, if I'm not mistaken, Dave's pretty comfortable and cool with a couple of members of LeBron's team, like the real members of the LeBron team. He could be communicating, no, I want this dude out of here. I just got to massage his ego just in case we can't get a deal done. I guess theoretically, both of these gentlemen could both be right in what they're saying. The way that it was reported from Chris, it felt like the Lakers were just standing pat and for sure going into next season with their big three that they had last year. The way Dave is communicating on podcasts with Zach Lowe, it feels like he's saying LeBron's had enough. And before he does anything with his contract, by the way, LeBron is eligible to sign an extension on August 4th. He's making it seem like LeBron needs this done before the season starts to consider re-signing with the Lakers. So, I mean, look, as a Los Angeles Lakers diehard, I would love to see Russell Westbrook out of the building. But like I've said in the past, I got to be fair to that Lakers organization, their owner, Jeannie Buss, on down to Rob Pelinka. For the Kyrie standpoint, look, Bron, Kai has scorned you in the past. And the fact that you want to do it again, have you talked to this dude? Do you know if he's going to commit to basketball? He's in the last year of his deal with no commitment from the Lakers, even if y'all got him in a trade, that he will remain in Los Angeles long term, with the Lakers thinking about picks of the future. The Lakers are thinking in the back of their mind, yo, LeBron, everywhere you go after you leave, it's a dumpster fire for at least 3-4 years. Lakers are like, nah, we want to keep our picks going forward. You created this Russell Westbrook mess. Apparently how the Lakers look at it, you figure it out with Brody. I am a person who believes the Miles Turner, Buddy Hield, Indiana Pacers trade makes a little more sense. That way, you likely don't have to give up 2 first-round picks of the future, maybe give up 1, and Brody. You get guys that, to me, don't have the egos of a Brody, nowhere near it. Buddy Hield, to me, is a guy that will complement LeBron and AD's games quite well. I think Miles Turner would actually complement both of those gentlemen's games quite well. Again, I think you go with role players instead of trying to figure out another star at point. Again, if Anthony Davis isn't healthy, none of this matters anyway. I think he's the biggest X factor in all of this stuff. But that is my perspective. I kind of see the Lakers' side of not wanting to go big fish hunting with Kyrie. But I definitely could see the Lakers getting a little more serious about this Indiana Pacers trade. We shall see. If nothing happens, will LeBron extend out? Because we know he loves California, but is it to the point where he's got to get Russ out of there, which means Dave probably was right in his speaking on the podcast, or if he's committed to running back and signs an extension with the Lakers beginning August 4th, that will likely mean that Chris Haynes was right, or maybe we'll see a combination of both of the gentlemen being right. Only time will tell.